add this. Okay, okay, let's go back to share and hopefully my slides will still be there because I've been a come on, very busy girl. Why is it not sharing?
I can see your slides.
Can you see them?
Yeah.
I can't see them. I see it. I want to see slides.
He'll see you now.
That is well weird. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I've done then. That is well weird. What's happened to it? Oh, honestly.
You lost it.
There we go. I have to mess with something. So tonight, boys and girls, we are going to do about recruitment. And do you know what? This is going to be like teaching you all to suck eggs because basically that is what it is. We already know about it. We've already been told about it. Nothing's different. It's just to give you a bit of a recap so that you know that actually what you're doing is the right thing, if that makes sense to you. So let me just drag you over here, then you're out the way. Okay, so as it says on it, tonight we're going to dive into simple, duplicatable ways to confidently recruit, whether you're brand new, whether you're already building. This is really going to help you because when I went through this today, putting it together to help us, I was like, oh, yeah, it is kind of like what I've already been taught. But you're kind of always looking for something more when it doesn't work for you. And we had a call today with the team member, and they were in that stage that we were at the very beginning. Because we weren't getting the results, we were wondering, why is that paused now? Can you still see it? It says it's paused on my side.
Still see it.
All right, okay. I'm not arguing with it then. Only participant can share at a time. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so we had a call with someone today, and although they were doing all the right things as they should have been doing, they felt like they weren't getting anywhere because they weren't getting the results. And I think that's part of the battle with recruitment because you don't get the results as fast as you want them. You think that you're actually doing something wrong, where technically, you're not. It is just the way that recruitment works. See, it won't let me change it. Let me just stop the share and see if I can go back into it. Oh, I don't know what I've done tonight, guys, honestly.
To be
Right.
fair, the way that person's feeling, I think I felt the same, didn't I?
Yes. Yes.
And I think you always think that you're doing the wrong things, even though like you're probably doing everything right. I think it's your mindset as well.
Mindset's one of the biggest things in this business.
Yeah.
And I've found that that is something that I've had to work on a lot this week. And I mean, really, like I swear to God, I'm surprised I've not got a molestation order on me because Simon Sinek, I have like stalked him. Apart from like living in his house, I know everything about him this week because and we spoke about this afternoon, and I will explain a little bit more. So, hands up. I know there's only four of you on, so it's a bit cruel. Who fills these sheets in every single day?
Half and half.
Ah,
Yeah, not every single day.
that's your fail.
Yeah.
Is simply you fail. Something as small as this will stop you from growing your business. And it's not because, oh, she's on it, my girl, she's on it.
Go away, Savannah.
Oh yes, Savannah, I have got some 31 to 31s.
Yeah, she's on it.
Yeah, I got it out today. I was like, right, I need to do it. 1 to 31 folder.
Yeah, monkey see, monkey do. We spoke about that today, didn't we? So it's not about filling out a piece of paper. That is not what it's about. It is about writing down your day. Because I tell you now, I don't care how not busy we are or how busy we are, you do not remember when you wake up in the morning who you spoke to yesterday. I'm lucky if I remember one or two people.
Unless you've got it written down.
Yeah, I pull out a sheet and I go, no way, she had a BP. I never knew that. Well, clearly I knew that because I'd sent her the BP,
Yeah.
but I'd forgotten. So they're so important. They're more important than you could possibly imagine because it's not just about writing down why you're grateful and stuff. It's about keeping everything there. It's all there for you. One of the things that I do on mine is I've not got my old one. Oh, I think I brought my tracking on the wrong one. Never mind, at least I filled some in. But like I know when I look back last month at all my days, so my 1 to 30 last month, I can look at them and put them against this one and see what's different. So I was a bit like I'm behind a little bit because obviously I've got the kids. And Charlene was like, no, you're on track. If you look at your stats, you are on track. And that's the thing. If you're not looking at them stats, you're never ever going to know whether you're in front, whether there's a common denominator, it's so important. I had a salon, and if I did not write down what glue I used, what lash I used, what wax I used, I would have to ask that client every time I seen her. And not just that, I might have a client that didn't come back for 6 weeks. I could drop them an email or a message, or I could phone them and say, hey, baby, do your appointment next week. Do you want to come in? If I hadn't have had that written down on a card that went in a card box and I could go through everybody, I wouldn't have been able to track what I was doing. So if you go to my hairdresser's Tash, she has the colour she used, the cut she used, the length of time she put it on for. And the reason for doing that is because it helps her run a really, really successful business. And in all fairness, to get an appointment with her is really, really, really hard. And that's because she knows the business inside and out. So tracking your business to me is it kind of sets us apart. Are you a businesswoman? Or are you just playing? Where do you want to be? Do you want to be able to get to the 10th of the month and think, I'm not doing well, and then look at last month's and go, actually, I'm in front, or actually, I am behind a little bit, so I need to do a bit more of this. So it is really, really important. Something we spoke about today was how I reach out to people. I've put day zero because day zero for me is when someone new has accepted my friend request. And that is when I will go in and send them a message saying, hey, how are you? Thanks for accepting my friend request. I love connecting with like-minded women. How are you? That's it. Some people get back to me, some people don't get back to me. Some people I have a conversation with, but the only time I ask them about business off that little message is if it goes there naturally. I don't take it there. I allow them to get to know me and me get to know them. I looked at my stats tonight, and my newbies tend to sit on my who do you know list for 4 days. And then on that I like the fours, on that fourth day, whether we've spoke, whether we've had a conversation, whether we haven't, I will send them a voice note about the business. Okay. I do that consistently all the time. And that is what I've done over the last coming up to 12 months, not far off now in business, because next month I actually signed on the 26th of June. And started my business in July. So yeah, I'm not far off 12 months. Um, so that's my advice to you. If you've got somebody new, reach out, say hello, make sure that you're commenting and liking and things like that because they need to see your stuff that's popping up. And if you're not putting comments and stuff on their walls over the next few days, they're not going to see any of your stuff because they're not tagged in it, they're brand new friends. So we're going to reach out and ask them about the business. 4 days later, we're going to follow up. We're simply going to ask them if they have had 2 minutes to listen to that voice note. It's as simple as that. You're not daft. You know where to go from there. You know, if they say, oh yeah, I have, and I'd love some info, let's get them some info. It's always that follow-up. And for me, it's always 4 days. So if somebody says to me on day 4, oh yeah, I want to look at the business, that's absolutely fabulous. I will put them in today's sheet because that's the day they've had the business. Okay. So then they'll follow up in 4. Does that make sense? So even though they might be on day 4 to begin day 1, and then it's day 4 that they've actually had the information, I'll put them as a day 1 on that sheet so that I'll follow up in 4 days, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, I can go through it in more depth. And then I'll do a 14-day follow-up, I'll do a 6 months, and then from then on, everybody that is already on my sheets, unless they come to me and they're like, oh, I'm interested, I want to look at this, I want to look at that, they go in 12 months, and that's where they stay. They will always be, every 12 months, I will reach back out to them. And that is as simple as what the filing system lets you do. And I tell you what, once you've got that up and running and you're not like, oh, I don't want to do it today, I'm not doing it. And that's not a dig. That's just me saying if you're like, oh, I can't be bothered, or there's no sheet near me, or there's no this near me, or there's no that near me. That's like a fireman going off. I can't be asked to check the hoses are all working tonight, get to a fire and they can't put the fire out. It's the same. Every business is the same. There's stuff that we enjoy to do, and there's stuff that is just like so boring. And it is, isn't it? Filling out a sheet of paper. It's not exciting, is it? So, recruitment is not just about what we think. And I had to sit and think about this today. What is recruitment? Recruitment's a legacy. Recruitment is about a movement, about helping more people, more impact, more mums not wishing and praying they were at the school gates to pick up their kids. More mums who think they don't have to go to work in a school where they get beat up every day. You know, more mums on or grown-up mums that have got more confidence because that's what people are out there looking for. I don't know if you've been watching Fraser Brooks, but he's back and he's back by storm and he's talking about how network marketing's changed. And do you know what's changed? The people have got lazy. That's all it is. Everybody's going, oh, well, you've got to look at the products now 50 million times. Oh, I don't want to do that now because that's harder. And that's what he's saying. Network marketing has changed because more people are in it, but there's more lazy people that are not actually putting in the work. So watch him. He's got some good things. Recruitment is not just going to grow you a team, it's going to grow you an in-depth team. So when I go on some of mine sometimes and I'm like, who the heck's that? And they're like my 4th gen. Like there was a time I didn't even have a 1st gen. So you've got to keep looking for these people that are desperate for it because they are all out there. And it will create a stable income. It will, a million %. And you're going to help other people change their lives, not just us. What we want and our drive and determination is going to reach other women or men that want exactly the same thing. And you cannot sit on your hands and feel scared when there's all them women out there that desperately need us, desperately, because they don't know a way out. The only reason you know a way out is because somebody else told you. So if you're not telling them, how do they know? Mindset. Right. I'm not shaming anybody. How many of us read a book? Okay. How many of us listen to a podcast?
Me.
How many of us work on mindset every day?
Me.
Okay, I think there were a bit of one there, weren't there? She's like, well, kind of. How do you expect to run a business if you're not working on you? You can.
I am watching the mindset videos every
Good,
morning. I
good,
have started to.
good. Because do you know what? They will help. The other morning it was The other
Yeah.
morning, it was Avicii's song, and I was like, oh, I don't want to listen to a song. I'd rather listen to Mindset. But I thought, do you know what? I'll leave it on anyway. I found myself dancing away to it. Like, we've got to do it. That's what it's there for. When you feel that you can't do something or you've not got sales or something else, go and listen to Simon Sinek. I'm telling you, he's awesome. He's absolutely awesome and he will show you how to get around it. If you're not making sales, it's because you're not reaching out to people. And you're not reaching out to people because your mindset's shit. Excuse my French. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. Okay. And do you know what? I think I heard Savannah say this today, and that's why I put it in the training. You're not here to convince people. You're here to show them what we've got. If you are convincing people, you're doing the wrong thing. They really do need to be offered something that you 100 million% believe in, and they can share your belief. So if you don't believe in what you've got your hands on, then stop working, go away and learn all about it and find the belief in the company. Because I look at a lot of the business stuff now to do with pharmacy. And the reason that I do is I've seen Charlene do it and she always tends to know what's going on in pharmacy and I don't. And I'm like, well, I want to be a big leader. So I've got to add that to my list of things to do. And some of the things that pharmacy are doing is just incredible. You know, it's not even something that you would know if you didn't look into it, of like what the morals really truly are and what they will and won't put up with. It's incredible. Detach yourself from the outcome. If you wake up every day and you're like, right, I need to be 9% tomorrow, and if I'm not 9% tomorrow, then you're not going to be 9%. You know, you've got to get up and you've got to think, right, I've got to reach out to people that need these products. I've got to reach out to people that need this business. What will be, will be. As long as I'm doing the work, the outcome will happen. And you were going to get no's. If I was going to, if I earned a tenner off every no, I would be a multimillionaire now. Because I get so many no's. And I'm just like, okay, not for now then. See you next week. You know, when your kid comes home and his football shoes are ruined and you need 80 quid, I'll see you then, because that's okay. Read a book, find a book or a podcast or a video on YouTube or in our training hub and learn what it is that you're struggling with. So I'm going to pull you out a bit now, Jade. Jade.
Jade.
She's not listening to me. Jade, unmute what you're struggling with at the minute. She's like, oh shit. You two have got to, what you struggling with at the minute. Just one thing off the top of your head.
Recruitment is my main one.
Okay. Savannah, what's your one thing you're struggling with?
Consistency.
Consistency. Shelley, one thing. Is that a dog?
Yeah.
Same consistency.
Right. Okay.
What did
So-
the dog just do?
I don't know. I think she burped.
Yeah.
All you have to do is Google, how can I be more consistent? How can I recruit more? That is all you need to do. If you don't fix what you're struggling with now, nothing's going to change. The outcome is going to stay the same. Mine, I know what mine is. I'll tell you now, I'm not embarrassed to tell you. My recruitment this month is that. That's how many I've recruited this month. 0. Okay, well, I don't think I have anyway. 0.
What's recruitment?
It means helping other people build a business.
How do you build the business?
No, I'll explain later. I haven't recruited anybody new into the business, but if you look at my PV, I'm on 7,500. Yeah. So the month before, where I was like trying to get that out of my head that I can't sell products, I went in with selling products. This month I've sold all them products, but I've not recruited.
Yeah, I've done a bit better with my sales this month.
Okay. So what does that show you though? Because I then focused on something. Yes, my recruitment's down, but it won't be at the beginning of next week. Don't worry, that is ready to go. But my sales were up because I put my mindset to it. So, Jade, if you're struggling with recruitment, then really take in what's on here tonight and go and recruit. Okay. And Savannah and Shelley, if you were struggling with consistency, stop it. Just go and be consistent. Go and Google it, how to be consistent. Just do the thing every single day at the same time, every single day, no matter what. No matter what. Just like brushing your teeth. And I know they say it, you wouldn't dream of leaving the house without brushing your teeth. But you didn't always know how to brush your teeth. It was your mum constantly going, go brush your teeth, go and brush your teeth, go and brush your teeth. Because without that consistency, you would have never been someone that brushed their teeth. So you can do it, it's your choice.
If
And
you
this,
brush your teeth, you turn into
Yeah, it's just trying to build a new habit, isn't it? Really.
like my habits with
That's all it is.
Okay.
the way I look at like a new habit, and I've had to do it with my weight loss, is I can either stay where I am and stop complaining or create that habit and change. Because everything else for Savannah and you can do. So if it is just a tiny little thing called consistency, be a little bit easier to yourself, Savannah. Instead of going, right, I need to do 20 messages every night when I come home from work, say, right, I need to do 2.
So
And
now,
do 2 every single night until it becomes normal. And then add a couple. I do this. If I want to save £1,000 and I'm like, just a minute, Freya, I'm going to put £100 a week in. And I get to the end of the week and I've not got £100. I don't save what I've got because it's not £100. I spend that and then start again next week. Does that make sense? Because really, I should just put that, say, 50 quid I've got. But because my mindset's I need to save £100, I fail on it. I'm not doing that now, just to let you know it was just an idea. So if you're sat there going, right, I've got to recruit 10 people every single week, and you look at your messages and you're like, I can't recruit 10 this week, you're not going to do it. If you sit and go, right, I'm going to recruit one person every month, you can do that because it's simple. So just cut it right back. When I started losing weight, I could not give up 500 calories. I'd have chewed my own leg off. So I gave up 100 calories. And I was okay with that. And I did that 100 calories for quite a few weeks. And then I started going up to 200, 300, 400, 500.
600,
And I'm now
700.
on 500 calories left every single day. And I couldn't imagine eating them 500 calories now. I don't know how I would. So it's just tiny little changes every day.
Now,
Faye,
Hmm?
I really don't have time for a million questions tonight, just while I train the girls, okay? And then you can ask me as many questions as you want.
okay.
All right.
By the way, I'm going to start recognizing all the girls and remembering the name because
Okay.
I'm on call with them every day.
You do know, don't you, that that's borderline stalking, though?
No.
Get a molestation order out on her.
So you stalk them for going on call with every Tuesday.
So we spoke about this today, and I think mine and Savannah's call today has really got me to think about recruitment again. And who are you looking for? We should all have our niche now, and I know for a fact that your posts are changing. I say this all the time. I know they're changing because I'm seeing them. And otherwise I don't see them. So normally you're not getting growth on them, but now you are, which is really, really good. I understand that when you pick your niche, you think that cancels out everybody else, but it doesn't. It honestly doesn't. So, what does your dream team look like? Do you want people like you? Do you want people like Charlene? Do you want people like me? Do you want people like Kerry? Do you want people like Jade, your mum? Who do you want in your team? Have you got the strength to be able to say to someone, yeah, of course you can. Have you got the strength to be able to say to somebody, it's not a fit for you?
Okay, what's your better bet?
Because I do it every other day. When someone's like, oh, what is this shit you're peddling? And I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter, sweetheart. It's just not for you. Because you don't want that in your business. You've got to work with these every single day, pretty much anyway. So look at who you want. Yeah, it is going to be women that we go for at the moment because we're women, but that doesn't mean we're not going to get men. What it means is if you can pick your niche, you know exactly who you're speaking to every single day. So even if you do a post with L-carnitine, who are you looking to help with that L-carnitine? Are you looking to help mums that are at home all the time with the kids, or mums that pick off the kids' plates when they're supposed to be dieting because they're that fucking starving? You need to think about this, because then when you post a post and it's like, oh, please tell me it's not just me that's on the L-carnitine, but then keeps nicking the kids' dinners as I'm cooking them, and I know that's one for Jade because I've just seen the lights flick on in her head. you
I
know,
do that at work as well. Not off the kids' plates, that's mean. I mean, like when they have extra dinners, I'm like, oh, I'm being really good today. And then I go in the kitchen and there's like leftovers and you end up nicking and
so there you go. Have you reached out? Have you done a post about the L-carnitine or the gummies or the coffee with that in it? No. And this is what I mean. When you get really niche on where you're going and who you are, I can do it dead easy now. And like straight away, Savannah, you've done that. Straight away, I know Jade's done that. We probably did it back when the kids were younger. But like, there's people out there just like you, your age, in the same job or not in a job or watching the kids or got the dogs. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can do this. It's just about getting really clear who you speak to. Don't get me wrong, the rest of the mums out there will be like, oh, I do that anyway. So you'll reach everybody. So it's just about really finding who we are going to talk with. If you don't know who your niche is, let's book a call and we'll get your niche sorted out and we'll get a content plan put in place. Jadie's disappeared on me now. All right, where to find people? Warm and cold market. Friends, family, social followers. Cold. Hashtags. Hashtags are working again. Not massively, but they're actually doing a bit of growth at the moment. Facebook groups, reels, stories, and comments. I know, Savannah, you're really good in your Facebook groups. I can hand on my heart say I'm not so good, but I am a little bit more consistent posting in the one about Eva, who is still refusing to walk 2.5 weeks into it. So yeah, no wonder she's getting a bit porky. But anyway, reach out to people. I spoke to someone in the team the other day, and I'm not saying who, and she was like, oh, I've noticed this girl's watching my stories all the time, but a family member's just had this, and this happen, so I'll reach out to her in a month. I said, well, don't be upset if somebody else has reached out to her before you, because it will happen. I go on my Facebook and there's always Jade, there's 4 girls out of the team that are in there. Claire's now growing a team down in the UK. So we're all on each other's. So don't wait for somebody else to ask them. Go and ask. And if you don't have an up-to-date Facebook friends list, you need to get one because you're missing a trick. And I know we're doing a lot on new, but what I do with my friends list is when I've got time that day, because obviously things are a bit different at the moment, I'll just pick 5 off it and reach out to them. Because we've had these friends lists for ages, haven't we? I don't even 100% know who's on mine. So it's just so you can reach out to other people. We've got cards, we've got flyers, we've got all of that. Get them out. Make sure you've got stickers to go on your products. If you are sending products to somebody, there needs to be a sticker on the box and a sticker on the product. Because if somebody goes in someone's bathroom, if I went in your bathroom and I was like, oh, I want that perfume, where's she got that? And there was no sticker, I'd go and Google it. That's just me. What to say? Is anybody still struggling with this? Or are they all okay now reaching out to people? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, fine.
yeah.
I've got some saved in my notes what to say.
Good. Also, I think we were always waiting, weren't we, for that perfect thing to say to people. And I really have noticed over the last few weeks that there isn't a perfect thing to say. You know, some people have said probably the wrong thing, but it's worked. So just keep being yourself. I suppose this is a little bit about what we've already spoke about, but really go to why you started and share it. I noticed the other day that Emma Cooper shared how she first got started in business. And she's not been in this business for what, 10, 12 years now? But you can still share your story of why you got started. You can still share of how long it's took you. Why has it took you that long? You know, it's just tiny little things that we've done in this company that have changed things. So in the last company, I would have never dreamed of inviting strangers onto my Facebook. Never. Because it was frowned upon. Whereas now, it's not frowned upon. Share that with people. Were you in a business before where you couldn't grow it? You know, I was the same, but now because I'm adding people constantly, I'm not speaking to the same people over and over again. Share what you've gained, and it doesn't matter that you're not earning the big money at the moment. People want to see the struggle, the journey. Fraser Brooks said it, you know, when you see someone and the Facebook's perfect and all the rest of it, look closer. Because when you look closer at perfection, either they're not doing the posts or really they're at home, they look like crap and they've got depression. They're just too scared to share that. And that's where all our social media has gone to. You have to be honest. I love the fact that there is no filters at all on Facebook now. Yeah, I go live on it all the time because I think that's it. Just be you. You know, I understand that we want people to think that we're doing really well so that they join us. But I also believe that I miss out on lots of girls now because I've had it, or I couldn't do what you do. Like just the thought of standing on stage, I'm like, are you joking? That's the first time I've been on stage properly and spoke. It's the first time I've been on stage and spoke in 8 years. So don't think just because you're only at 6%, 12%, 9% that people are going to be like, oh, I prefer somebody that's earning 20 grand, because it's not true. They honestly don't. And I remember Emma Cooper saying to me, I never tell people what I earn. Never. Because they won't believe it's possible. So just share you. Handling objections. Do you know what? I used to get confused on this. Reason being is because we were told in the end, if there's an objection, just tell them, yeah, it don't matter. Don't handle their objections. If they don't want to do it, don't ask them to. And I went through a stage of doing that. But now, depending on the person and depending on the conversation, I will explain a little bit more with them. And I'll use one of you girls or one of the other girls in the team. I used one of the girls in the team before who works 50 hours. She's got 3 kids, 2 with special needs, and she's a bronze director. You know, so if she can do it with 50 hours, we can do it with 10. You know, it's just about finding it. If you're not confident, that's fine. You don't need to be confident. Shelley, Savannah, Jade, you're not confident all the time, but you're still building a business. And it's not about earning 50 grand. It's about still being here when times have been really hard. It's about not quitting because they're the people that make money in the end. So remember, you're never doing this alone. I do think sometimes some of you are like zero existent and we don't hear from you. And I know that must be lonely. Reach out. Simon Sinek said he doesn't mind being the idiot. And I don't mean like the class clown, I mean the idiot. So like he went through this big training and they were all talking about what was coming, what was in this booklet, blah, 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 blah. And there was thousands of people in the room and they all had like you know, like the highest degrees and everything. And they were all sat there nodding. He said, don't nod, don't agree, don't do anything. If you don't know something, whack your hand up. Because he said, I tell you what, I don't mind being the idiot in the room. Because the second I put my hand up and said, I know I'm stupid, but I actually really don't understand it. He said nearly 95% of the audience did the same. So don't sit there at home on your own, not knowing what you're doing. Don't be worried that you don't know an answer to a question that you've asked a million times. Ask it, reach out to each other and say you're struggling. My inbox is always open. It doesn't have to be in the group chat. My inbox is so busy and we've got a group chat. It's crazy. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. I've got Charlene's inbox, so I can always ask her. And do you know what? It's been a tough week this week for me. Obviously, my daughter's not well. I've got the kids. But like everybody's reached out into my inbox and just said, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It's just them little things. So don't ever think that you can't get help. Yeah. There's so much training, so much training in here. I have tried to get that women's training, but it's staying in a group and we're not allowed to share it. Very sad. Even though I couldn't stay on it anyway, so I've not watched all of it.
Might have to come round to yours.
I know, yeah. You better bring your armbands and your head thing and everything then, because you're gonna fucking need it. I'll come to mine and watch it one night.
Yeah.
So challenge in action, take action, reach out. So just ignore that. Okay. So reach out to 10 people this week. 10 people. Is that what? 2 or 3 a night? No, actually, we've got 5 days left in the week, haven't we? So 2 a night. Just actually reach out to 2 people and just ask them about the business. Don't worry about it and just put them on your thing. Share your story, your reality, the real you. The times, I remember when I first met Savannah, she just split up with a partner. And like I remember saying to her, do not worry, there's a reason why you're not with him. Somebody will come along and he will be your one. And now look at you. You're married with 2 girls. So I have never, ever, 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 ever seen you share that story of how happy you are now, but what you went through to get there. It's crazy. Callum's not there, is he? I just realised then he's Callum in the room. But actually, it was a nice,
in the bedroom to do his uni work.
but it was a nice story anyway, because it turned out nice. But this is the thing, share you. I know it's hard to share us. And I'm going to create a really easy peasy daily checklist for us. I'm in the middle of doing it now. And it's going to be things like comment on 4 people's stories. Comment on 4 people. I don't know what it is about 4. It's my lucky number. Comment on 4 people's posts. Ask them a question. I think that might help a little bit. So because it's busy, isn't it? The mind's like, and if you've just got if you can look at a sheet of paper and go, right, I've got to add 4, do this, I mean, obviously do more, but when you're feeling confused and you don't know what you're doing and you can't do it, let's just do the minimum. Because I want you to succeed in your own rights. So there we go. So you can ask me any questions now, but you have got this. One of the biggest things, sorry, I've got a bead in my hair, is to believe in what we have to offer. If you don't believe in it, you're going to struggle. And remember that you have got and are the proof that somebody else is waiting for. Fraser Brooks said, would you give 10 years of your life to be a multimillionaire? The answer to that was yes. And that's why I stayed with Forever for as long as I did, because I knew I had to give it 10 years. I had to give it 10 years. And this is going to be my 9th year in network marketing. And I might not be a multimillionaire, but I'm on my way. You know, you cannot give up. Don't hang everything on sales, because if you spend all the time worrying about getting your sales in and not doing your mindset and your growth and you reading a book or whatever it is you want to do, if you want to listen to a podcast, listen to a podcast, but you've got to put something good in every day. And I did this today, and it's one of Simon Sinek's, and it is, you cannot stop the brain from doing negative things. So if I tell you all, do not think of an elephant. I can tell by Jade's face. Did we all think of an elephant? Exactly.
Yeah, I thought of my smashed one.
Still an elephant, girl. Still an elephant.
Oh, wait me. I didn't even think of an elephant. I thought the word elephant.
Elephant. Oh, that's
I don't
good.
know why, just the
Oh, no, it
word, not
said
the animal.
a pink elephant.
Do you know what though? I told you not to do something and
Yeah.
your brain did it. So if you are constantly going, I can't make sales, I can't make sales, I can't make sales, I can't make sales, I guess what your brain's going to create? No sales.
So now you need to tell us.
Think like a millionaire.
Yeah. Well, no, because we might go and spend money then.
No, don't do that.
No. I don't know about recruiting.
I write it every day, Shell. I write it every day. I am a super recruiter and I recruit 10 a month every single day. I am a super seller, which I think I'm going to stop that now because I've done really well with my sales.
Tell us not to go and recruit and we'll
Yeah, do not go and recruit.
do not recruit, do not sell a product.
Yeah. But I think we're getting hung up in that because, I mean, I don't care if we do 1,000 PV in the whole month. If you's lot are growing and feeling it and not feeling that anxiety at the end of the month because you've not hit 20%, that's what I want. Because when I'm enjoying what I'm doing, I'm better at it. When I'm like, I've got to be here, I've got to be here, I've got to be here, I don't enjoy it as much. And this is about enjoyment. So, how have I done for timing tonight? Oh, the bitch has got my bloody phone, hasn't she? Oh,
7:45.
need to stop bloody swearing me. Oh, there you go. You already know this anyway. That I saw that moment in my head for 8 years. And you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe what you've got in your hands, because if you don't, you can't build a business. And I'm now going to